Good morning, EMC family. And as we start this beautiful docile Saturday, let us start with a prayer for peace. The serenity prayer that relaxes me all during the week, especially when I feel like I'm dealing with a challenge. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not mine, be done. Amen. And we are in a beautiful, beautiful location this morning. Just like how the EMC goes around and we bless everybody, sometimes we get blessings that we can never expect. So these beautiful people that you see walking around this track are our senior team, the Barbados senior team. And they're out exercising and walking and getting fit for their next set of games. And they're all in their beautiful orange shirts. And they're walking in a lovely, lovely location created by the University of the West Indies. This is called the Usain Bolt Complex. It has a certified IAAF track and a FIFA certified football field. The track is in name of Ryan Brathwaite, and we have the Obadeli Thompson stand and the Karan James stand. And I think the University of West Indies thought, though people thought it was upsetting that they called it the Usain Bolt Stadium, they were thinking of celebrating all our Caribbean athletes and, you know, giving youngsters some role models so that they know that athletics can be a viable sport. And apart from that, the Usain Bolt Complex is part of the university's Faculty of Academy of Sports. So there's a section where you can go and be qualified in the sports field. So this is where we are this morning, high up in the bleachers, enjoying the view. If you know a little bit about the University of the West Indies, this is our Cave Hill campus. In Jamaica, there's the Mona campus, and in Trinidad, there's the St. Augustine campus. And this whole area created by the University of the West Indies is called Paradise Park. If you are in Barbados, you would have seen in the last couple of weeks the knapsack for the youngsters, the primary schools, did their sports here, and then the seniors also did their sports here, and it was all carried live by CBC. So it was fantastic watching to see our young athletes. Of course, we have a group there in the distance. They're not so young anymore, but there are athletes this morning because they climbed the hill in groups of 3 very well, on their walking up sideways, holding each other's hands, pulling each other's up. So I suppose they all deserve Olympic medals this morning. And of course, you saw our resident Olympic track star doing the javelin for you, the butterfly, whatever other sports he could conjure up, he was doing his part. So this area, this whole Usain Bolt can seat 450, but can hold many, many more. And I believe they do rent it out for other things as well. And also behind these stands are rooms where you can come and have lectures done and all of that. So the university has made it multi-faceted. So we are in this beautiful area, and it used to be called the Lazaretto because on August 11th, 1868, the Leprosy Act laid down that every case of leprosy must be isolated either in the home or in a home on the outskirts of Bridgetown, or else in such a fashion that the individual is completely isolated from the community in a house of his own. And this building right directly in front of us was where the leopard asylum was set up. And of course, you know, leprosy was sadly in the 1840s, there really was no cure per se because medicine had not evolved so much, and the disease and the disfiguration of the disease made it, you know, persons were scorned and all of that, and it was also infectious. So therefore, they set up this set of buildings. They use these set of buildings to set up an asylum here. And part of this asylum was, yesterday, if you remember, Nick talked about Pelican Island and that being incorporated into the Deepwater Harbor. But Pelican Island was also a quarantine area as well. And so these two locations served for anybody who had an infectious disease to keep them away from the general population, because our sanitation and water and health services were not where they are today. So you had to do this. So today we are in this area and we are gonna take a walk down, and so you'll get to see a lot of it closer up. Let me go back and share a little bit more before we move off. The asylum was accommodated in this location from 1868 until 1995, when we had no more cases. And this complex is actually a part of the estate known as John Batts Estate. So as you know, this whole area is part of Batts Rock. Batts Rock is below, and you'll see that later. But it was all part of an estate belonging to a John Batts. And he was a Marian and a merchant, and was here from 1638. And he was the owner of this plantation. And I believe this plantation was something like 216 acres. So a lot of this land that we sit on today was part of the original Batts plantation. And part of that plantation was, of course, they were setting up forts, because in 1675 there was a slave revolt, and that slave who started the revolt came from this plantation. So part of the whole thing of the defense of the country at that point of time was setting up small forts, and a fort was set up in this area, right where these current buildings of now that the Lazaretto was once on. Now it is now the home of the National Archives, my favorite place in the entire world. And so this was part of that fort that was to keep control of this section of the island, to look out to see what was going on, so that they could stop any, it was our defense, so of anybody trying to get into the country, or any slave revolt starting. So we're going to take a walk down. Let me rise, because I've been sitting comfortably in these seats. Dear Lord, did you go sleep right there? Okay. Nick fell asleep as I was talking. How hurtful is that? Can you imagine? So as you can see, these beautiful ladies and gentlemen in their yacht orange are working out and exercising. And it's all part of good health management. So we are down and moving. See? So we're going to be respectful to their exercise time. Good morning. Good morning. Just passing through.
Okay. Warming up.
Warming up. Yes. And so, isn't it lovely to see so many people out this morning exercising and moving around? And this location is so beautiful. People greeting people. They're warming up. They're getting ready for a new day. You know? And of course, if it's the seniors, they're all in Nicholas's age group and older. And so he should really come and join this group as well and start exercising. But they have the sand pit here for long jump. Yes, and the beautiful thing about the track is done in the national colors. University of the West Indies are keeping this location looking so beautiful. And so we're going over to our special group of seniors that are walking with us this morning. Haha, don't tell them I said that. I love them all dearly. You see them there? They're still drinking their water and catching their breath, because this walk up the hill was unmerciful this morning. They really could not handle it, but they did it very well. Yes. So we're going straight to them. Good morning. Good morning. So we have an exciting group. I like to welcome, we deal with our oldies, but we're dealing with our newbies first. So, morning to Angela and Dave. Thank you for coming and joining with us. We know that that little hill this morning was not in the plan. When we Nick and I plan these things, we don't plan for these things. Correct. Good morning, Joanne. Morning. Joanne is here with us live. And then, of course, it's our usual wicked group of dociles. So here's Mary and Kim.
Morning.
Carolyn. Our sulky Caroline, sulky dictator behave, and Jeanette with 2 N's, and last but not least, Water Spice. Water Spice and I have a lot to discuss. And there's our resident Olympian who was doing exercise for you first thing this morning. He went to sleep in my preamble blog. Can you imagine? I am so hurt. Senior games, you understand? So, first of all, up above is the Arrow Creative Center for Imagination, created in the honor of our first Prime Minister, Arrow Barrow. And that is a beautiful location. This is where the University of West Indies have their degree in arts and drama, and they have held some lovely events in that area. And it's a beautiful area, totally designed and completely aesthetic for the area that it is in, and it is truly amazing. If you ever get the opportunity, before COVID, they used to bring in a lot of foreign films, and that used to be fantastic. They used to have a lot of festivals of foreign films. They have a website, so you can go and check and see what they do, but they also do drama, they do poetry, they celebrate a lot of our Caribbean writers and dramatists. So, yes, lovely center. So, when you get a chance, please go there. And so, look at that. So, yes.
Okay, no, the only way out Nicole is over there.
I know, yeah. So I'm so fascinated that we are close to the Barbados National Archives, and this building, when they laid it out, of course, was built in 1868 to accommodate what I said to you about dealing with the forces, the army, or the British Army. So the whole layout of the grounds and the gardens are done in the shape of the Union Jack. Tells you how proud of Britain we were. Up there in the middle, in the center, those are dorms for students who are staying here. And slowly but surely, the University of West Indies have spread out their footprint from the original campus, encompassing all around the area, as well as down here now, where we are with the Usain Bolt complex, right back. You know, it is really an amazing location, and spread out and done properly. So as I was saying earlier, this was all part of the estate of John Batts, and this estate stretches all the way down to Batts Rock Beach. And when this area now houses the Animal Control Center, and the UWI is back here. There's another building of the West Indies Commission. CBC is on the ground, so the towers that you see here, those are part of CBC's relay system for us in the island, and the radio and television system. So all of that forms part of this area. Of course, the National Archives are now open today. but in there is so beautiful. Every now and again, the National Archives will have an open day, and you could go in and see all the records they have, the original wills, birth certificates, and all that. I remember in 2000, we had a family reunion, and we were just gathering information from all the persons who were present and alive and who could remember who was born when and who was related to who, and tell stories. I still have a lot of that stuff on tape. But one of the things that came out of it was this need afterwards for me to go to the archives. And when I went through the archives and started to look and research, my great-grandfather, I would have never met him, but when I saw his birth certificate, I remember actually crying, because I thought, no, this was proof that he existed. I knew he existed because here I was, a direct descendant from him, but to actually see his birth certificate. So I think that that time created my love for history. So as you can see, this area is really alive. People are coming together to walk and exercise. So after the Lazaretto closed in 1995, it was taken over by the Hillside Nursing Home, and it was renamed that in an effort to stem the stigma of the leprosy and all that had happened. And of course, persons who died here and on Pelican Island have been buried down by Bats Rocks Beach, and we will show you that graveyard. It's very sacred because not only the persons who died there had leprosy, but there were also people who had yellow fever and cholera. So the area had to be marked so that it can never be opened. And just like how we did other walks, and I pointed out that we have other graveyards like that, this is one of many. Because remember, I talked about one in St. George Parish Church. There's one on the Spring Garden Highway that's marked with a cross near the Courts Distribution Center. And they all have to be marked that way so that other persons know what they relate to. So let's look back and show you everybody who's walking with us and the beauty of this morning. And the sky is so lovely too. Look at that. Yeah. So as I was pointing out earlier, we could only see it from the other side. You can only see the stadiums, but these rooms also host lecture rooms as well. See, the glass at the back is a lecture room, and so is here. This one here as well, this solid wall, that's the back of a lecture room. And so it's a multifaceted stadium. So kudos to the University of the West Indies for setting it up. And this walkway that we're on, so everybody can cross over. This walkway that we're on is a new entry because we came up the old entry closer to the original entrance into the Lazaretto. But they created a second exit because of the amount of persons who will be coming through here. So this is like thoroughly beautiful this morning. Isn't that peaceful? No noise. You can hear the birds chirping. You can hear Nicholas talking. But it's been so peaceful. And with Pelican Island, I will put up some pictures later. Everybody be careful, there's some glass here. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm just conscious of everybody behind me, and they might not have looked down and realized a lot of broken glass on this sidewalk. I'll show you some pictures of Pelican Island before it was incorporated into the Deepwater Harbor. And there also the buildings that would have housed the quarantine area are still within the Deepwater Harbor to this day. They have a marking showing where Pelican Island was. And of course, only if you're leaving to go out on a cruise ship can you go in there to see. But maybe one of these days, Nick and I will be able to find a way to go in and let you see those structures. But they are still there, and they're still part of still part of the Deepwater Harbor. So this is new road created so that when so many persons have gone to the Usain Bolt complex for games, that there are 2 exits from that area. And the beautiful beach. Can you see the horizon? And that looks like a cargo ship all the way out this morning. And it is so serene. So although we were trying to make this a real docile Saturday, it has we picked up pace because I didn't realize how far our walk was from our starting point. The joys of Nick and I planning. So I'm hoping that we can do this as well. Yeah, we should be able to do it. I am gonna do a docile first. Yeah, he and I are thinking alike. So what we're gonna do is take you through the original entrance into Bats Rock Beach. And all of those who have lived here all their lives know this entrance. As a little girl, I knew this entrance as well. My parents had their first date at Bats Rock Beach. And so, but this road was always, this road was always terrible. And so, we are on the top section of Highway 1. That road takes you to Prospect, St. James, all the way down, and back up is back to the Lazaretto, the bottom of University Hill. So, we're gonna cross now. And I'm going to be like a traffic warden. So everybody cross. So that beautiful view takes us down into Prospect. And right there is a restaurant that used to be Sin Sin one time. Okay. Yeah, this is also a busy section of highway at this time in the morning. Isn't that beautiful sunrise? Thank you. Bajan Hospitality first thing in the morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you. So, he looks so happy. Yes, he does. So we're going there. This was the original road into Bats Rock. And this road used to be nice for a certain part, and then it used to be tons of potholes. Lovely Bajan homes used to be here. They still are. They've now just been modernized a bit. And now what they've done, I think they have created a footpath. Yes, they have. So Nicholas told me that we could come this way. So if this is not true, you know that this is his fault, okay? Nothing to do with me. Because I'm following the Olympic train, Nicholas Dean. Don't tell him that I said that. Yes. Oh, he's right. Oh my gosh. Don't let him know that I said it. He was right either. I will never live down that. So this road, this path straight ahead in front of this, the fencing right here, that would have been the original roadway into Bats Rock. And it started good, and then when it got here, it used to be awful. Now they have built this beautiful walkway for us, you know, and this is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely to take a stroll right through here. You know, the view is beautiful. And so on Tuesday morning, when Nick walked, remember that he finished a little further up. And so we are just picking up from where Nicholas left off. So Nicholas would have come along here on Tuesday, and we're now just picking up from where he left off, and we're just higher up on this beautiful walking path. This is so lovely this morning, and the view is lovely. The ocean is beautiful. And all of this is part of this original plantation. So it's nice because a lot of locals would still use Bats Rock. They still enjoy swimming here. So it's nice to have this walkway so that the locals still have access to the area and can enjoy the area as well. And it all has these beautiful lights. So I think they look solar cellish. No, they're hooked up by electricity. So look at that. Isn't that just beautiful, everybody? It's just really lovely. And I hope you can hear the ocean and the breeze and the movement of water. But it's just lovely. So remember that corner right there in the distance? That's where Nicholas came around on Tuesday, where he couldn't find Jeanette and he was kind of close to tears. So that's where he finished. And so we walked this part of it this morning. And excuse, move, chef, move.
Sorry,
Morning. And so morning, so here are the local riders too. EMC first. Oh, here, wait, more coming. Good morning. So this is a local bike group that's riding on mornings. Are you the last or more coming? More coming. You're the last one? Thank you. Morning. So you imagine that? Look at the things that happened for the EMC this morning. You got to see the local bike group that rides. And I know for Dave that was a pleasure because you saw them early this morning. So Dave got to see them closer up. We cannot plan the things that happen on EMC. We walk with a light and an understanding that when you give good and you spread love and cheer, wonderful things happen. Look how we saw the older generation out exercising, keeping themselves fit, using the Usain Bolt stadium, a new complex, to keep themselves fit. Now here we are blessed to see the bike riders coming through and see them also exercising. So it's not just wonderful. I think so. Those things you can't plan. That was just like perfect timing. So, and it tells you the use of this path and how great this path is, how it was set up to be used. And of course, later on today, Cheryl and I will take you on a tour of this area. Cheryl and I have, that has become our new playtime activity. And so down here we have this restaurant, La Cabana, and the food here is fantastic. Lovely atmosphere. It's lovely to come down here. During the day it's nice, but sunset dining is out of this world. And so this walled area here is the area that I was telling you about in relation to the Lazaretto. And this area is the grounds which have been marked in memory of those persons who passed from leprosy, cholera, and any other disease. So there are tons of unmarked graves in here. And in those days, to save the family from embarrassment because the person had died from leprosy, they would just put up a marker with the person's initial. So they walled it around so that it would be treated with the respect that it deserves. And this plaque that is placed here is placed in memory of those persons. And you have to appreciate that there would be thousands of persons who would have died in the period that both locations were open, which is from 1867 for Pelican Island as a quarantine, and then the Lazaretto from 1868. And it closed in 1995. So may those who rest here rest in eternal peace. Amen. And so we move on. So down at Batsrock, they have this beautiful bathroom area that's kept in fantastic condition by the NCC. They also have the play park, the restaurant, and then this lovely park area here, all kept well and maintained by NCC in conjunction with the owners of La Cabana. I think that was part of their arrangement, that they made sure that they keep this area looking so lovely and pristine. And these troublesome people are walking through the people's restaurant at this time of morning, but I walked around, right? And the trees that are marked with these red bands are manchineel trees, and they're marked so as to warn you not to eat the fruit of these trees because they're poisonous and can actually be very, very harmful. So every tree has this marking on it. I hope you can see that sign. But I believe that the manchineel trees were used, the wood was used for different types of building. So therefore it was a really great wood for building, but the berries was just too dangerous. So I believe that they're walking along the beach this morning, and we're gonna do that too. So this whole area is so beautiful. For all those who remember Batsrock in the day, nothing much has changed. They really have kept it well. And here we are down on the beach this morning. And we're going to a lovely area. Oh, lovely. And the water is so amazing. It is so lovely down here. And so I'm just giving you a 180 of love. And the official tree branch of the EMC is here. And Angela, all of these look very healthy, so they're being well taken care of. So I would like all of you to keep Party Spice, Jackie Maynard, in your prayers. She lost her mother yesterday, day before. And Jackie, we hold you in our arms and hug you. For all of us who have lost a parent, we know that it is not an easy road, but we know that God will wrap his arms around you and your family through this time. Please know that the EMC love is there, and if you need to talk, by all means, please reach out. We will be there for you, and you will not walk this journey alone. Right, so for all those who are celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday. Another wonderful day on this earth. For all of us who have gone through surgeries or any other challenges, healthy blessings to you, and may God protect you and keep you going. Those of you who are my friends will see that I changed my profile picture this morning. That's because today is my son's birthday. Imagine, I have a 26-year-old son. I don't know where the time has gone. It only seems like yesterday I was holding him for the first time. Now he is a grown young man. I have to stop every now and again because the breeze down here is so beautiful. And I am waiting. Sadly, this eyesore is part of what should have been Sandal's project. Hopefully one day this will be pushed down and this area will look so beautified. And figure out where everybody is this morning. But I wanted to take you to one last spot in this area before we wrapped up, and that would be the Karens. I guess they're gonna make me walk back. But you can see that people are out walking and enjoying, and the breeze is so beautiful. The sea is lapping and relaxing. The waves are saying welcome. And just look at this design right here on this rock. And I believe that this rock and some of the steps you see are part of the fort. Because the fort had two sections, up above and down below here. And let me just drop my hand. Isn't that beautiful? And that is created by a local artist. Let's see how closer I can get. That is so beautiful. And I think what I love most about Bass Rock is that the breeze, the area smells so sweet and pleasant down here. The sea has a different smell down here than in other locations. So I gathered that the group have decided to start breakfast early at La Cabana. Or I may have dusted them out this morning on this walk because I took them up the hill and now they're coming back down and they're moving at their own pace, which tells me a lot. It means that I dusted them out. Oh dear, that's not cool. That's not an endorsement for Docile Saturday. Please come and walk with us on Docile Saturday. I promise to walk slower, not do too many hills, let you enjoy the scenery and slow down my pace. And I just can't get enough of this ocean this morning. It is so relaxing. It is. Isn't that just beautiful? So here's the beauty of life, that an area like the Lazaretto that was set up for leprosy can be turned around and now be utilized for other areas. One being the Usain Bolt Stadium and all the walking and exercising. The path from the road down to the beach being used by bicyclists for exercising purposes. The beauty of this whole area with the beach and the relaxation of it, you know. All good morning, and people just walking up and down the beach and enjoying it. So I think that shows you, out of what sadness is, can something good happen as well. And then to have all these wonderful people walking with me and enjoying it. I hope that when you come home, you will be able to come and do the same and enjoy us. Yes? So, I know the one person you have not seen this morning is me. So good morning, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the walk. I hope you enjoy all that you saw and everything that we did and I talked about. I hope you enjoy all of that. I hope you go off in your daily lives and enjoy yourself. So now I think we're going to walk to the Cairns, which is the last thing we'll show you this morning. And I hope you enjoy that too. So now they're walking ahead of me, leading the way. I'm sure that when sulking dictator Cheryl sees these dogs, she's gonna go wild. Yes. But we do.
Everybody fell down over there with set me a course.
That's okay. I let y'all do that fall in private. But
I told people to follow with you.
Yeah, but I turned back to accommodate you guys.
Oh, you think you got us all for it over? Oh my God.
So now we're walking back down to the beach, down to the Cairns. And the Cairns are these beautiful rock formations done by a local artist. The last time we were down here, I was enjoying the peace and serenity so much that Nick handed me the gimbal for the first time and I wrapped up, and the rest, they say, is history. After that, he started to indoctrinate me on Saturday mornings. But I do encourage everybody to come out and join with us. If you're on island, it is a beautiful docile Saturday morning walk. And even if you can't make the Saturday morning walks, when we do Sundays and Wednesdays now, you can come out and enjoy and spend time with us that way too, if you can't handle the walks. This Sunday we won't be out, and I believe we won't be out on Wednesday. I think Nick and Jeanette have other plans, so some of his plans will clash. But we'll be back on Monday so that you can enjoy more and more of the EMC. And as you can see, here we are. It's a beautiful area. On one side is all these buildings that need to be torn down, and then on the other side is the beauty of these formations. So let's go down so you can see it. And I do so enjoy doing Docile Saturday for you. I really do. Look at these beautiful formations. Each one tells a different story. Beautiful. Created by a lovely local artist. And they all look like persons standing here looking out to sea. I would like to think that they represent some of those lost souls that we saw in that area that were buried, that although they're in unmarked graves, this is a representation of each one of them looking out to sea. And it is so beautiful. So say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, bye, bye.
Wave, bye-bye.
Where are the others?
Where are the others? They're coming?
Yeah, they're coming, yeah.
Okay. Moving slowly but surely. Isn't that just beautiful?
There's a crowd behind that we're waiting on right now.
I know.
Beautiful. Also,
say goodbye. Make sure you don't touch.
That's Cheryl, remember?
They are not put together with glue. This is all thing.
Cheryl.
Oh, okay. So ladies, please say your goodbyes. Bye. 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 Till next time. They made it all the way through. They made it. I know. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed this walk this morning. From the Usain Bolt Stadium down to the Karens at Bats Rock. I hope you enjoyed the history. Go and have a look up of the Usain Bolt Stadium, the Barbados Archives if you can visit. These clowns behind me, if you can see them as well. And I think the most important thing today is just enjoy life. Whatever it brings, just enjoy it. Because, as my mother will say, this too shall pass. Jackie, we send our love. We know you're in a lot of pain, sweetheart. But just remember, this too shall pass. It will get easier. When we are having wonderful days, enjoy them because this too shall pass. Yes? And at the end of the day, life is just amazing. So you have to keep enjoying it. To my firstborn, who will never watch this because he can never still believe his mother does this, I send my love, baby boy. I am so proud of you. I am so overwhelmed proud of you. I'm so glad that I was given the pleasure of bringing you into this world. So from the beautiful Barbados at Bats Rock, minus Nicholas Dean and his umbrellas. I think I can do this. One more thing, I'm going to try and do this. Everybody, if you can get behind me. Get behind me. From all this love behind me. Coming closer. Come closer. From all this love of EMC people behind me. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Love and hugs from all of us. Have a great day. Bye.
Country night world, I'm about to say.
They're having a romantic moment.
Okay.